What's up, guys? Hey, Cody Meyer. Just finished up an awesome day with the crew at tacklewarehouse.com. Brownlee Reservoir here in Idaho. It's nestled in along the Snake River, dammed up version of the Snake River. What an awesome place to go out there and blast on some smallmouth. Scenery's beautiful, the water was right, fish are getting ready to spawn, pre-spawn. There was actually probably some fish spawning as well. And today we did something that you might have not seen yet. We threw a new bait from Evergreen. It's actually been out for about a year, but it's the Evergreen X-Over. Love this bait. So what this is, both Corey and I were fishing this. We threw a couple different colors, but it is a hybrid jerkbait crankbait. So really cool. It's a valuable tool to have in your boat. And what we were doing, we were throwing it out there, catching some of these big smallmouth that were on some of these points, getting up there. A lot of them were suspended. You could see them on live scope out there. You would crank it down and then you'd fish it like a jerkbait. So you're cranking it, you're jerking it. We caught fish doing both ways. You know, we caught them cranking, we caught them jerking, but it seemed like getting it down to the depth, cranking a little bit, and then popping it 2 or 3 times was the key today with the X-Over. And this is a really cool bait. You know, if you haven't seen this bait, you know, it's a bigger profile, shad looking bait. Again, it's got a really cool lip. It's a really wide lip up top and then gets skinny. So you can burn this bait in, it's not gonna roll over. And it's got a really tight action, which to me is really key, especially in those colder water situations. But we're out there today, like I say, cranking this bait down, jerking it, catching a ton of bass. We had so many bites. And one thing that we both noticed today on the X-Over is how aggressive the fish bit this bait out there in the vlog. And if you haven't seen that vlog, make sure you guys go back, check it out. Definitely something you're not gonna wanna miss. But they were coming up out of that 15, 20 feet of water at times and smoking this thing, absolutely blasting it. So, you know, to throw this X-Over, generally, I recommend a 12 to a 16 pound fluorocarbon. Today we were both throwing 12-pound Daiwa J Fluoro Samurai. It was absolutely perfect. That water had a little bit of a stain to it. Wasn't gin clear, 12-pound was perfect. And again, because it's a jerkbait, crankbait, hybrid style bait, generally I like that 7-foot to a 7-foot 4-inch rod. You want a little more length on this. That way you could crank it down and get the maximum depth out of it, but also jerk this thing. You just don't want that too long of a rod. You know, if you're getting that 7.6, you're gonna be slapping the water. So today I was throwing a new, from Daiwa Tattoo Elite casting rod here. This is a 7-foot rod, perfect rod for this, very parabolic rod. You know, when you hook them, 3 treble hooks, you can land these fish. That was the rod I was throwing. And you know, the reel today was a Daiwa Steez A. So this is the same combo I use for jerkbait a lot. This is perfect for throwing the Evergreen X-Over. I elected to go with the 8:5 gear ratio today, just because these smallmouth were so aggressive. They'd come up and smoke this bait, and I wanted to have a lot of you know, options here to wind these things in. Really cool reel. Like I say, generally, I highly recommend, you know, that 7.1 to 8.5 reel for throwing this bait, and this was absolutely perfect. So again, amazing day on the water. If you didn't see the vlog, catching all these bass, please make sure to go back and check that out. And of course, all this gear that you saw in the vlog or you see right now is available at tacklewarehouse.com.